What's up, guys? Welcome back again to Pimp Daddy Destro, back again with another action figure review. Today it is January 1st, so starting off the new year really great. Still reviewing 2022 figures, so please bear that for as long as you can. Hopefully in the future I'll actually get on top of my action figure reviews. I'm gonna constantly keep trying to churn those out and get as many of them as I can done before long. So still stay patient for that top 10 figures of 2022, because it is coming. I promise it will eventually. But I still got to review the figures. I don't feel like it's fair to go ahead and open them all up and then just have a top 10 video, but I might have to do that for a few of them because I have quite a bit of the backlog in my reviews. But nevertheless, we're going to talk about a new action figure today that is from 2022, and that is the Transformers Legacy. What is this? The Leader Class? Yeah, Leader Class Galvatron, which I've seen him on Target shelves for some time and have been wanting to get my hands on him. I know Blitzwing's also on there, and as well as the what is the other one? He's like it's like a Japanese name, I believe, and it looks really cool. Hopefully that one comes on clearance and I can pick that guy up as well. But decided to get Galvatron. He kind of turns into a cannon, but overall not bad. Pretty cool box. It's a bigger box, and it is a Leader Class, so this figure should be bigger than the original Deluxe Class figures. On the front here, you do have some box art, which looks really, really awesome, as well as the Transformer and Transformers Legacy logos on the front. On the side, you have, I believe it's the same exact box art, just on the side here. On the back, it does show a digital render of the figure itself. And these are digital renders. These are not actual product shots, which is a little bit misleading. I know the blast itself, I think, is more on the orange side instead of this kind of gold. But it does show the figure and his transformation, obviously, as well as his accessory is that kind of chain that goes around his neck, which looks really cool. It does take 33 steps to turn this guy from his Decepticon transform mode into the vehicle or the cannon itself. And then you got the QR code, which we will be looking at that once we actually get to the actual review of the figure. And on the side, basic box art for the Transformers Legacy line. But overall, really cool. I love the boxes for Transformers Legacy, and I hope they keep it this way. If they are going with a closed box and slightly open box, I love the design of these boxes. These are by far my favorite action figure lines, boxes, bar none. Marvel Legends, you can learn from this. I'm gonna keep saying that. But guys, stick around while I get this guy open and we will get to the review. All right, guys, now that we finally got Galvatron out of his package, this figure is pretty neat. It's my first Leader Class action figure that I've opened. I think I have another one. It's I don't have the name off the top of my head. He's not out of the package yet. But overall, I am pretty excited after seeing this guy. This guy isn't bad. Immediately, right off the bat, tell me, guys, does this guy not look like Zurg from Toy Story a little bit? And maybe I'm the only one seeing that. I think it's mainly due to the purples on the box itself. And I know there are image renders. However, if you look at the box, man, there is just a striking difference between the purple on here and the purple that we see on the figure. This figure is like a couple shades off Barney, not kidding. But this guy has a nice gloss finish on this figure, and I really think that would have went a long way, especially on the purple itself and the silvers for sure, because as you can see here, it almost looks like galvanized steel or something like that around his on his thighs and on his like kind of boots down here. I think that would have done a lot for this figure, and I wish they would have done that a little bit more. But moving off of that, let's quickly, oh man, falling apart almost. Let's quickly get to the actual QR code that's on the back that speaks about Galvatron. And so who is Galvatron? He is a Decepticon, obviously. Alt mode is Galactic Cannon. His function is the City Commander. He's a special unit of he's a Herald of Unicron, which is pretty cool, and he's from the G1 universe. Signature weapon, which is this big yellow cannon on the side is the particle beam cannon. It fires a laser that produces a beam of pure electricity. And a little brief bio on Galvatron is Galvatron is a cold-hearted, compassionless, and will go to any lengths to showcase his power. So this guy is pretty ruthless, and overall seems like a pretty imposing adversary. Anyway, getting down to the skills, we've looked at these with, I believe, 2 or 3 other Transformers so far, but he has a 10 strength, 9 intelligence, 9 speed, and 9 projectile attack, which I think is pretty cool. This guy really outdoes any other Transformer we've seen. Even, I thought maybe the smaller ones would be a little more agile, but it shows that this guy is fast and powerful. So, getting to the figure itself, kind of harped on the paint applications, but overall it's not bad for the, I don't know, for the close to $50 price tag, $41.99, whatever you guys pick this guy up for. I think it's very important that the paint applications look good, and unfortunately I'm just a little bit disappointed with this one. Some of the weapons look great. The particle cannon here, as you can see, has that kind of finish on it that is like a galvanized steel or stainless steel, gunmetal gray. So does his shoulder pads and his face, and even parts of the chain that he has. But the other weapons and some of his joints, I get it, it's not going to work like that, but I think the thighs and the boots could have really benefited from decent paint applications. Other than that, this figure, I do notice there is a lot of articulation hindrances, specifically with the treads that are on the back of his arms. Whenever you try to, push his arm out like he's aiming one of his cannons, it definitely kind of rubs on the torso. Not really causing any paint wear, but it is kind of hindering his ability to be posed. Just, you got to play around with him, I guess. But overall, not bad. Actually, believe it or not, the backside of Galvatron, which I really like compared to drag strip, is actually, it looks really, really good. That is a great positive of this figure. I don't have the other cannon on his back, but it's kind of like a, like he had both of his cannons mounted on his back, which would look really cool. Make this guy look really menacing. But overall, I do like this figure, and maybe for the $50 price tag, we could, bring that down a little bit. But let's put him right next to a normal deluxe class Transformer, and we have Knockout right beside him. And boy, does this guy tower right over him. Almost double the size of Knockout, which I really do like. When you are buying a figure that is twice the cost, it needs to be twice the size. And it looks like he has more function. Definitely a lot more attention to detail on Galvatron, which I like. And he comes with a bit of accessories, meaning the cannons, the chain, and his blaster, which is awesome compared to like a Knockout. But overall, I do really like this figure. We are going to transform this guy. I'll probably do a speed warp just to show you. It is 33 steps and a really long instruction thing. So for you, it's going to be like 10 seconds. For me, it's going to be a little bit of time. So guys, stick around for the transformation of Galvatron, and later we'll get to some action shots of Galvatron. So stay tuned, guys. Alright guys, now that we have the transformed version of Galvatron, kind of wanted to briefly go through this version, or this transformed version of him and his vehicle mode, just simply because there's a couple awesome things about it, but I'll mainly keep Galvatron probably transformed in his Decepticon transformed suited up mode. But overall, not bad. This thing took forever for me to actually transform. It took like around 10 to 15 minutes, and you can kind of see it on the warp speed video that I have attached, but it's not that bad. Super tricky to do for a beginner Transformer collector as myself. And I do have another leader class action figure that I will be reviewing on the channel later,
And we're going to see how hard it is to actually transform him, because this guy was really tough. And I think the main reason is because he does not transform into like a normal vehicle. Like most of the other Transformers that we have done on this channel, where you can kind of see where the transformation's going. This guy, I had no idea what he was really trying to become. I knew it was a cannon, but certain pieces I was like, man, it's kind of coming together. It's almost like doing origami for the first time. But overall, it looks really nice. Paint applications look pretty good. Like I said, and I mentioned with the transformed version of them, I do really prefer the galvanized steel or the gunmetal gray instead of this very, very matte gray plastic that makes the figure look really cheap. I know this figure has a ton of tooling and probably was very expensive on that. However, man, the paint applications are everything for me. If Hasbro can kind of do better paint applications throughout time, because this is a $50 figure. That would be really great. And he only stands 7-8 inches tall, but overall he's not bad. But guys, I did really like this figure. Probably the least favorite of all the Transformers I've picked up so far, and it's probably because of the price tag, but he is really cool nonetheless. But guys, if you did like this content, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned to more videos coming out. I will have a ton more reviews coming out here real soon. And I will see you guys next time on Pimp Daddy Destro. Take care, guys.